Everyone, and welcome to our lesson today on installment buying. So we have a couple types of installment loans. One is called an open-end installment loan, and you get to choose how much you want to pay each month. The prime example of this would be something called a credit card. So some pros of using credit cards or open-end installment loans is it shifts when the payments must be made. So you can purchase more expensive things because they're going to loan you the money and you can kind of pay it back as you choose each month. Some cons to this is it can lead to financial trouble if the balance is not paid in full. There are oftentimes a lot of fees that can be associated with open-end installment loans, and also some ridiculously high interest rates. Another type of installment loan is called a fixed installment loan. And in a fixed installment loan, there are a certain number of equal payments set to repay the loan. So some pros are you get to enjoy the item right now while spreading out the payments. And some cons are you end up paying more for the item than it is being sold for because you're paying back interest. So some of the most basic fixed installment loans would be for like a car. Car dealers offer fixed installment loans. And then we're going to talk about houses also, but those fall under a little bit different category called mortgages. Now, the Truth in Lending Act in 1969 is a law that requires that lending institutions tell the borrower two things. One is called the APR, and this is the annual percentage rate, and it is the true rate of interest being charged, almost like the APY, or annual percentage yield, that we were talking about earlier. And you also have to tell the borrower the finance charge, which is the amount of money the borrower pays for the use of the loan. So a finance charge is also going to be the same thing as interest. So for APR, there are many rules and laws used to determine the APR, and a couple complicated formulas as well. So for our use, we're going to use a finance table, an APR table, to help us determine finance charges. Okay, so this table right here is going to help us when dealing with annual percentage rates. So over here on the left side, you can see we have the number of payments. So 6 payments, 12 payments, 18 payments, 24, so on and so forth. So 60 payments here, that would be a total of, well, 5 years, because 5 times 12 is 60. So these are all monthly. And then you're going to see annual percentage rates here across the top. Now, I think your book only included higher numbers because the rates were higher back then, and now the rates have dropped in the 4 to 5, 6% range. So I've included this for you as well. Now, the meat of the table here is something called finance charge per $100 of amount financed. So as an example, if you borrow $100, so you're financing $100 at 5% for 6 months. Okay? What that means is you're going to have to pay $1.46 in interest over the life of this loan. Okay, so here's the 5%, here's the 6 months, and since we're borrowing $100, it's going to be $1.46 for your finance charge. Okay, now what would happen if you borrowed $200? If we change that to $200, well, then our finance charge is going to be $1.46 for every 100 that we borrow. So we're actually borrowing 200s now, so we go times 2.